You're listening to the Broadway Podcast Network. Visit bpn.fm to discover more.
Hello, I'm Jesse McAnally.
And I'm Andrew DeWolf.
And I'm Liz Eston.
And welcome to Musicals with Cheese, a podcast where I try to get Andrew and Liz to like musical theater. I've got a bit of a dilemma, guys. I need some advice. Are you guys willing to give it to me?
Yeah, I mean, I can do my best. I don't know.
So, you know that the Michigan Emperor has declared war on Ohio, and they're calling at least one woman from each house to represent themselves in the Midwest Wars.
Oh, that's a pretty tough spot to be. I mean, your mom could just go, right?
Yeah, what about your mom?
She took the scroll, but then I saw her like rehearsing for war and she fell down, and I'm just like, no, that ain't gonna work.
Oh, that's a bad sign right there.
That isn't a good sign.
What are you thinking of doing?
Yeah.
Dressing in drag and pretending to be my mother's daughter and joining the war on.
Aren't you gonna disrespect your family doing that? I mean, that is against the law.
You bring
for a
honor
man.
to your Michigan family.
For a man to fight in a Michigan war is against the law, as far as I'm aware.
Only women fight in the Michigan wars.
Yes, truly, I don't know what I'm doing, but thank God I've got Eddie Murphy with me to help me through this.
Do you have white Eddie Murphy or actual Eddie Murphy?
I've got actual Eddie Murphy. You know what? I got white Eddie Murphy from Mulan too. Oh no.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, how you doing up there, man? Thanks for the intro.
I don't think I'm gonna figure this out.
It's over for you.
It's over. You have white Eddie Murphy. You're screwed.
It's Jover. In case you haven't picked up, we're throwing down just for no reason whatsoever. We were originally going to cover Wish, but then we were like, why don't we watch something good? This week, we are talking about Disney's feature animation, Mulan. Cue the music.
That if I were truly to be myself, I would break my family's heart. Who is that girl I see staring straight back at me? Why is my reflection someone I don't know? Somehow I cannot hide who I am, though I've tried. When will my reflection show who I am inside? When will my reflection show who I am inside?
Mulan is an animated film written by Rita Hiseo, Chris Saunders, Philip Zebudnik, Raymond Singer, Eugenia Bostwick-Singer, and with music and lyrics by Matthew Wilder and David Zippel. Mulan premiered at the Hollywood Bowl in Los Angeles on June 5th, 1998, and was released in the United States on June 19th. The film was well received by critics and the public, who praised the animation, plot, characters, and musical score, and grossed over $304 million worldwide. The plot of Mulan is a tomboyish girl disguises herself as a young man so she can fight with the Imperial Chinese army against the invading Huns. With help from the wisecracking dragon Mushu, Mulan might just save her family and her country and win the heart of the handsome Captain Li Shang. All right, Mulan's great, right? Like, are we all in agreement here?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Mulan holds up really well.
It really holds up well.
I'm not going to be that guy. I think it's probably my favorite of the Disney Renaissance and the last really great one of their release. Out of all of them, it feels like the most complete and doesn't have like the weird hunchback. Doesn't have the thing that really kind of ruins the movie. It feels like a complete whole, and they finally figured out the animation where I do not see a single flaw in the animation whatsoever.
I'm gonna say the only flaw I can find with it is there's no good villain song.
Yes, and I also think this is kind of the standard which they followed through the Frozens and Tangled. Instead of having a really compelling villain, we have a really compelling lead that we follow. And she's quirky, and she has all the things that you'd want in a lead character, which I think might be the kind of template that they followed all the way up to Wish, for better and for worse.
It's fine. I actually like the villain too in this. Like he's just he's a threatening presence, but not much else, which is fine for the story they're telling. Though it definitely sucks losing the villain song, and that kind of sucks that this is the trend they continue to follow, and they never bring back the villain really. In future Disney movies is what I mean.
I get that, which is a fair complaint. However, this also brings some top tier songs that are not quite of the vein of other Disney films. Like there's no kind of montage Rocky style song in any other Disney film that even competes in the same territory as Make a Man Out of You.
Honestly, the whole soundtrack to this is really good, including, and this is rare, including the pop song that they release on the soundtrack as well.
Yes.
Which you and I have been obsessed with for years.
I love that song. But
True to your heart?
Yes.
Okay, just checking.
Usually Disney puts out a pop song on their soundtrack and it sucks. It just fucking blows. That one they put on Moana, I particularly dislike.
Which one was that?
I think they do like a pop cover of
You're Welcome or How Far I'll Go?
There's two
I think
of
it was
those,
You're
yeah.
Welcome. It was You're Welcome and How Far I'll Go, I think.
Ugh.
It was both, yeah. It was both. Alessia Cara did How Far I'll Go. Jordan Fisher and Lin-Manuel Miranda did You're Welcome.
I'm just an ordinary Jimmy guy. What can I say except you're welcome for the tide, the sun, and the sky. Hey, it's okay, you're welcome. I'm just an ordinary Jimmy guy. Honestly, I could go on and on. I could explain every natural phenomenon. The tide, the grass, the ground. Oh, that was me. I was messing around.
Even worse than like the Moana and other ones, you've got like the 90s radio pop version of Beauty and the Beast or A Whole New World, and they're just so boring and so horrendous.
Oh my god, that Whole New World. It's like they do a contemporary version of it, right?
Where they just have like the symbol like Whole New World, and that's the only difference.
I can show you the world, shining, shimmering, splendid.
Yeah, and it's just, oh my fucking, yeah, those ones suck. Those ones are truly awful. So it's incredible that they managed to make an absolute fucking banger and put this out. Also, Szechuan sauce. I mean, come on, the McDonald's
Yeah.
Szechuan sauce. We have to talk about that, right? Everyone, Mulan, Szechuan. Is this still relevant? Do people care?
I don't
No.
know.
Is the
I
answer.
turned myself into a pickle, Morty.
I even worked at Wisecrack, who's obsessed with Rick and Morty, and I still don't get it.
Let me talk about the reasons why I think this movie works. These composers, David Zippel, who did the lyrics for Hercules, and that was his only previous credit, really, as well as Matthew Wilder, who also does the voice of the tall, lanky, funny character.
Yeah. That guy.
Yes, everyone.
Those characters.
I love them.
They really haven't done much since then. This is kind of their peak. Like, they did a couple, like, the only thing they're credited on, especially this guy, Matthew Wilder, aside from Mulan, is Disney Mania in concert and Ashley Tisdale, Kiss the Girl, as, like, producers and arrangers.
You got to give them credit. They made a fuck ton of money making Mulan, and they're done. You know, I'm retiring. I'm going to live in my apartment for free. This money's in my savings account, and I'm going to live off the interest.
But the funny thing is, they were not the original composers for this.
Really?
Really?
Steven Schwartz was brought in to do the score for this, originally and then he left because Jeffrey Katzenberg came knocking at his door like, "Hey, you want to do Prince of Egypt for me?" And he's like, "Fuck yeah, I do."
He knew how to get to him. You do the religious shit. Steven Schwartz
Yeah.
loves that shit.
And Schwartz had 3 songs already written for Mulan, one called Written in Stone, one called Destiny, and one called China Doll. Both of those sound kind of racist in and of themselves, in my opinion.
Yeah.
There's
Not to be
there's
that guy.
already some questionable-ish use of like the like kind of stuff going
Yes.
on. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But apparently a lot of the score that would have been Mulan is in Prince of Egypt, especially in the opening. And there are like pieces of Prince of Egypt score you can hear in the current Mulan score. Like they are there are reflections of each other, no pun intended.
He did it. He said it.
That's interesting.
Yes.
I have to listen to some of the score and see if I can notice that.
There have been people on TikTok that have like done an actual proper deep dive note by note into comparing the scores and was able to find these connections. I wish I could credit them right now, but I know that there is definitely ties there. I do also want to talk about the proper like orchestral composer of probably one of the best like pieces of non-singing music ever to put in Disney. It's so good that they used it for the trailer where Mulan becomes the soldier. That scene, score alone, the synth alone, one of the best scenes ever put into a Disney animated feature. I remember seeing this in theaters 3 years old, and that scene was an awakening moment for me of like, holy shit, you can do this?
The animation in those early scenes too, especially the part where I think the scene where she has like 8 reflections of herself, I was remembering like, that is like, wow, that couldn't have been that easy to animate, and it looks really good.
So the animators went to China, obviously, to learn about it, and they studied Chinese art in very subtle ways. That, like, there's obviously the section of girl art fighting for, which is very obvious, but in most Chinese art, they really discovered that they're not character focused, that they're all landscape focused. So they kind of embraced the landscape but implemented character, which is why there's so many uses of silhouettes in this, where there's so many, like, pieces of where the characters are dark but the landscapes are bright, so that they can embrace that art but still implement their character work. And I think it works so well. It reminds me of all the best things of my favorite Disney films with none of the garbage. Like, I think this has all the things I love about Hunchback of Notre Dame in it, but without the shitty gargoyles or the wishing it could be something that it's not. This is as perfect as it can be in its current form.
Watching this, I really it made me wish that there was more 2D animation still.
Yes.
There's something impressive about 2D animation that even the best 3D animated films can't achieve. I feel like I never watch a 3D animated movie. Well, not never. Very rarely watch a 3D animated movie and I'm like, oh my god, wow, how'd they do that? You know, whereas like 2D animation just always feels impressive. It's like, somebody sat at a desk and actually fucking drew that, you know, with their hand. Not to just 3D animation. They work hard, but...
They work hard, but we've removed the entire landscape of creating 2D animation anymore. People inside the Disney landscape, there's no way to bring it back. They have tried, they've failed, and every time they realize that they had just fired the only people that could have trained a new generation, and no one knows how to do it anymore. Like, not to talk about Wish too much, but that just came out. Not doing great, not well loved, was originally pitched to be a 2D animated film, and then they just knew they couldn't do it. So the star character, they were originally going to be, all right, that'll be 2D animated. And they didn't even have the infrastructure to do one character like that. That is how dead 2D animation currently is.
2D animation as well has been sort of hit with like the computerized version of it where it's like flash animation type stuff, which is what a lot of like cartoons are made with now.
Yes.
So it's still even the stuff that is 2D animated like SpongeBob or something like that, it's
Teen
not
Titans
the
Go.
same.
Oh, gosh.
It's not the same as what this is, you know? Like I think with this you can tell that the vast majority of this was drawn with hand to paper, you know?
Yes. It was probably colored digitally, but the initial drawings were definitely a physical thing. And it just feels the weight of every character. It's as perfect as animation can be. And while I understand that my impact and nostalgia is affecting this a lot, and I can't remove that. Like, this film obviously has issues, specifically like the way that Chinese people reacted to it was not great. And I did actually read the original
yeah.
Mulan story, which actually dates back to like 240 AD. Like, it is an old story. So Mulan was really something that Disney wanted to promote to Chinese audiences because The Lion King was one of the highest grossing Western films in China ever. And they were hoping to kind of smooth over relationships after their relationship with the Chinese government had soured after Kundun, which I believe was the film about the Dalai Lama that Martin Scorsese directed and still has never been released. Fun fact.
Oh, wow.
It was released in theaters at the minimum legal and never released on home media, as far as I know. So basically, China was still very mad, and they released it over Chinese New Year, so no one would go see it. And then also, they just started pirating the movie in China, and they hated the movie. They complained about Mulan's depiction as being too foreign-looking, and the story is too different from the myth. They felt it was very offensive. And then, I think that is the sole reason why Disney went diving into the cookie jar 20 years later for Mulan 2020.
Yeah.
Have either of you seen that movie?
I watched
have.
Sideways' video on it, and then I thought I got that covered, so I never watched it.
I've also seen Sideways' video, which is Sideways, friend of the show, always does a great job. But I have seen it as well.
You brave
Though
soul.
I don't think I could tell you a damn thing about it.
I remember
I watched it a while ago, and I can't remember. It's
Mulan
gone.
had the Force in her. Like, she
Hi,
literally she had a
magical
superpower
powers. Yeah.
that made her good at fighting because girl boss.
I mean, not to just, ape Sideways, but a lot of the problem is the music's fucking gone.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I don't even want to talk about the fucking remake. It's just
if we
shit.
didn't, people would say, like, why didn't you talk about the remake?
True.
Even
So
when we
here's
did
what
it
we
as
have
a
to say about the
meme,
remake.
for The Lion King, people asked why we didn't talk about it.
Here's what we have to say about the remake. It fucking sucks. Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't even say it's, like, well-intentioned.
They wanted
Yeah.
the money from it.
And then the COVID hit, so it
Yeah.
never even got a proper release.
I do think that the criticisms of, like, it's not accurate to the myth and all that's probably all fair.
Yes. There are things that bother me, but they don't bother me as much as they probably should. Like, Harvey Fierstein playing one of the Chinese characters probably should bother me a lot more than it does. But
Yeah.
as well as a lot of other folks like June Foray and Marnie Nixon playing the grandmother, and Matthew Wilder singing for Ling, and truly the most egregious one is B.D. Wong playing Li Shang, but his singing voice is provided by the one and only Joseph in the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat himself, Donny Osmond.
It's such a weird transition when you know it's Donny Osmond singing. It's like B.D. Wong, and all of a sudden it's like Donny Osmond screaming.
And Donny Osmond has B.D. Wong has a pretty good singing voice. I think he could have pulled it off. Sincerely.
At the very least, though, there's no, like imagine if Rob Schneider was in this.
Okay, we can't compare those two things. Spoilers for next week.
Carrot.
No spoilers for next week. I mean, this is totally unrelated, off the cuff. We didn't talk about this before. Like, what if Rob Schneider was in this and he was doing, like, a voice, I'm not going to do it, but you know what voice I'm talking about.
Just play the clip, Andrew. Just play the clip.
Just play the clip.
Congratulations. Now please excuse me while I go take shower.
Like, one of the things that this movie makes me more emotional than most films, let alone Disney films. There is at least 3 moments that, like, get me to choke up in this film.
What are the big moments for you?
Yeah, what are your 3?
The first one is obviously the decision to leave. That sequence, the entire sequence is just like an animation style alone, gorgeous. Reflection as well, that is another one. Those 2 sequences, just based on the beauty of animation, truly incredible. Like, oh my god, just on art alone.
Yes.
And then there's the moment when she comes home. She gets the Emperor's sword and all the honors, and she sees her father again and presents it to him, and then he throws it to the side and hugs his daughter. That moment, tear my fucking heart out, why don't you?
That's some peak sad dad shit right
It
there.
really is.
It's such good dad shit. I love it.
It is an emotional catharsis you are very rarely granted so effectively in Disney films like this.
Wait, so what's the third? Is it when True to Your Heart starts playing?
True to your heart. Oh, I'm so sorry. I missed the moment when Eddie Murphy violently murders one of the dragons.
Oh, yeah.
Hello! Hello!
Or when the three friends cross-dress.
Oh, yeah, I cry. I guess the next question is, Li Shang, did he have a crush on Ping?
Oh, 100% he had a crush on Ping. He was giving I love you eyes to Ping. He's a bicon.
Oh, yeah.
He's a bicon.
Was he relieved to know that he had the not gaze when he saw Mulan's tatas?
No, he was upset. He was pissed. He was like, oh, fuck.
There was a hint of
Not a
relief in
man?
there, though. It's like, okay, good.
I will say, I saw this movie when I was 3 years old. I very clearly remember this. It's so strange, but I have very early memories of my childhood. It was with my godmothers and a couple of my family members. And I remember being very confused as to how they found out, because I didn't understand that boobs were something that girls only had.
Oh my god.
So I remember her sitting up and like exposing her boobs to it, like nod, and they're like, "A woman!" And I'm like, "Wait, how did they tell? What gave it away?"
Her eyelashes also came back in that scene, so that is also a reason why.
Oh yes.
Okay. Can we talk about one thing that I want to say, which is I
Of
think
course.
is the weirdest thing about this movie? Okay, the big, maybe not the climax, but the big battle scene, right? That scene only happens because the Eddie Murphy comic relief character decides to just do something goofy, and I find that incredibly weird.
What do you mean?
Like, isn't it?
You mean
Yeah.
Isn't it weird that like the Eddie Murphy one-off joke thing where he accidentally lights a firework is actually incredibly plot relevant?
Oh yeah, the avalanche scene. Yeah.
Like that avalanche scene wouldn't have happened if Eddie Murphy didn't set off a firework randomly for no reason at all as a joke.
I don't mind it. Because
Yeah.
Mulan takes the agency to use that to beat them in the end, which is she causes the avalanche.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying I mind it. It's just, it's a weird storytelling thing because usually you don't want your fantasy comic relief dragon character to be involved in the plot in a real way like that, where it like causes a major event. But they
Well,
were just like, yeah, fuck it.
I think this is the only one where that's different for me.
You think that's okay in this particular case?
Mushu is not fictional or imaginary in the same way that the gargoyles and Hunchback are supposed to be figments of Quasimodo's imagination. These are supposed to be real, tangible things brought to you by the spirit world, which we see is also real in this. And if I'm following the logic, he's a real thing that is interacting and incompetent in the world of the film.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I mean, that's fair. And I'm not even saying it's a flaw. I actually don't care. I just thought it was weird.
No, it is weird, but I kind of like it.
It is
Because-
kind of like the equivalent in Hunchback would be if the gargoyles somehow caused a plot integral event to happen. Like they revealed that Esmeralda was hiding or something. And it's like, wait, they're not supposed to do that. Wait, what?
Which, you're right.
Yeah.
But I
didn't
don't
they
mind
throw
it
things
as
at
much
the
here.
townspeople during like the final scene and it
Yeah.
breaks the logic?
Yeah, that's the reason why that movie isn't perfect like Mulan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mulan is truly as perfect a Disney film. And at the end of this, I do want to do a ranking of the Disney films really, really quickly. We'll have to like speed run that shit because there's 100 of them.
Okay, so my family would go to Disney every year when I was a kid.
you were
because
rich?
We
wow.
were rich. But we did that. But we went probably around the time when Mulan was like new-ish.
Mm-hmm.
And I vividly remember go to one of the parks. I think we went to the Hollywood Studios park. It was MGM at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And they did like an animation tutorial and it was hosted by Mushu. I vividly remember this.
When Disney artists first started thinking about Mulan, Mushu wasn't Mushu. In fact, he wasn't even a dragon. They first.
Hold it! Hold it! What do you mean I wasn't a dragon?
Mushu hosted it and he was doing gags and stuff. And I wish I knew if it was Eddie Murphy or not. But
It
like, this is
100%
just
was
like
not.
a thing.
It was definitely white Eddie Murphy,
From
probably.
Mulan. too.
Oh, That would make sense.
Okay. That triggered another memory of mine. We went to Disney in 1998, and the only thing I remember from that trip was a Lion King puppet show where they reenacted the death of Mufasa with puppets. And I remember that because I hadn't even seen The Lion King yet. And they're using audio clips from the movie, just having puppets reenacting it. I'm like, fuck, this movie looks dark. And they truncate the movie, so it's just like little main scenes. So you just go from that to Hakuna Matata without any context of how those get to one to another.
Okay, so it might just be 100% nostalgia glasses or whatever, but the Disney parks during the 2000s was peak.
Yes.
It's all been downhill from there.
And no. How about we compare our opinions to those of the real critics over on Letterboxd.com? It's time for the Previews Letterboxd game. All right. This is a game of 1 star, 5 star. Liz and Andrew, you're going head to head to guess whether these real Letterboxd reviews are 1 star or 5 star based on the review alone. Andrew, you're first.
Okay.
Pretty ass.
Wow, I mean, rude.
That's very rude.
Geez, I mean, 1 star, I guess. I mean, wow.
That is correct. Liz.
Ready.
The Bible.
Ooh. I love it. I mean, it's called the Bible for a reason. It's not called the straight bull. Like, just saying.
Jesus like
5.
men and women in this ass.
Yeah, Jesus was bi. 5.
Yes. Andrew.
Yeah?
Needs the music. 5 exclamation points.
So that's about the remake. We're gonna go 1.
That is correct. And it was not about the remake. I was just confused.
That's about the original?
Oh.
Yeah, I did not understand.
What?
But it has music.
Yes. I know. Liz.
I'm ready.
No way she's not trans.
I mean, non-binary is a section of the trans community, so, that person is not wrong. 5.
That is correct. Andrew.
Yeah?
Be a man.
5.
That is a 1.
Fucking what?
They quoted the best song and they hated it? How dare
Liz.
I'm ready.
Girl boss.
1.
That is correct.
What says girl
Andrew.
boss correct?
Mm-hmm.
Racist yet trans.
Okay.
That's also my review of Caitlyn Jenner.
Yeah.
Huh. 1.
That is correct, Liz.
That could have gone either way.
That really could have gone either way.
This is the last one, so Liz, this will either put you in the top or who gives a shit. It's not a real game.
That's true. Okay.
They are simply shapes dancing on my screen.
So they were high. Okay.
True
5.
to your heart. Yes, and Liz, you won Letterboxd game today. Woo!
Yeah.
You must be true to your
Your
heart.
heart. If you're true to your heart, how about we go into a mid-show? Hey guys, sorry to interrupt you in the middle of the show, but we've got a show at you. Today's show is brought to you by the extremely kind donations over at Patreon. Andrew, tell us about Patreon and what's going on over there.
Oh man, Patreon's where you can go if you want to get some extra content from us and also just give us money to keep the show running. Because honestly, you need money in this world to survive. I'm sorry, everyone. I hate to be the one to tell you, but
Money,
it's so
money,
true.
money. Awful funny in a rich man's world.
But anyways, our current patrons are Melissa Goldman, Danielle Renix, Justice Stampede, Ewan Cassidy, Monica Thoreau, Brent Black, Les Daniel, Stacey Coombe, Joseph Evans Green, Mary Lou Choquette, John Van Els, Russ Walker, Musical Hell, Emily Gracie, Kyle Summers, Janae C., Scoot the Technicolor Dreamcoat, Liz Lim, Nothing is Certain Except Beth in Texas, Thespian, Robert Benjamin, Jessica T., Mitchell Young, Chai Teacup, Chris Marcotte, Kiji Marie Anastasio, Trevi Joseph, Leela, RJ Noriga, Julia McLannon, Bjorn Hermans, Toriana Frazier, Sammy the Adequate Amount Jacobson, Angela, Kaylee Blazier, Cinemageddon Reviews, Villainous Miss, Sophina Ali, The Omega Geek, Paige Pearson, Maddie Wargle, Eliza Erdman, Anna Loskatova, Sarah Den Blaker, Evan Ball, Zachary Perez, Rora Marasso, Mara Forloin, Lisa L, Possessed Washing Machine, Nick Roten, Puffy Boy, Julia Hardy, Sydney Hicks, Annabelle, Billy Clifton, Andrew Wright, The Red Caboose Kaboom, Gold-Plated Kiki Mora, Julia Baldersdaughter, Rex and Jewel Brown.
They give us money so that we don't have to go on the street and suck dicks. Come give us money to keep us off the street and stop us from sucking dicks.
So true, bro.
Also, if you're sitting there real disappointed, like, hey, they should have probably covered Wish, we have a Patreon tier, which you can decide what we cover. And if you go there, we will cover whatever you decide. You're missing out if you're not there. You can control us. You can even be on an episode of the show at a certain tier. Other people have done it.
You can help us cover Wish.
Yeah, you can make us go to a theater.
Yeah.
You can come on and make us watch the boringest Disney movie ever made.
Allegedly.
None of us have seen it.
True.
But I let you live here for free, and I don't even charge you rent.
Damn. True.
Said Benny from Rent. Let's get back to the show. Every song in Mulan is an incredible song. Every song is a 10 out of 10 banger. There's no skips in this.
It slaps. It all slaps.
Like, the opening number, Honor to Us All, is as good as Belle from Beauty and the Beast and does all the things. It gives us the I Want song for Mulan. It gives us all the context, and and it is catchy as fuck.
Ancestors, hear my plea. Help me not to make a fool of me, and to not uproot my family tree. Keep my father standing tall. Scarier than the Undertaker, we are meeting our matchmaker. Yes, we guard our girls, and our future as it fast unfurls. Please look kindly on these cultured girls, each a perfect porcelain doll.
The only complaint I have is the really kind of sketchy lyric Mulan has.
What's that?
Ancestors, hear my plea. Don't let me make a fool of me. It's a very kind of stressful lyric. Like, obviously someone...
lyric.
It's very interesting.
Maybe it's on purpose. Maybe they're drawing attention to it.
Help me not to make a fool of me and not uproot my family tree.
Maybe the idea is you're expecting her to say, like, help me not embarrass my family, but she doesn't actually care about that. She doesn't want to embarrass herself.
Yeah. And thus embarrass her family by proxy.
I'm giving way too much credit.
Maybe she just has anxiety and she doesn't know how words work, even
this
in
is
song.
From the lyricist of Hercules. I'm not giving them too much credit. I love Hercules. The songs in Hercules are cringe as fuck. Yeah, I know we all love that. Don't say I'm in love.
Don't you dare disparage I Won't Say I'm in Love. That's a fucking bop.
It's got some cringe lyrics.
I don't care.
And there's little imperfections that add charm to it. Like when the grandmother is like, I had an apple for serenity and a pendant for balance, like June Foray voice, and then suddenly it's Marty Nixon's beads of jade and beauty. Like, it is so decidedly different voice.
It's extremely noticeable at first, but then it sort of sounds like she's trying to go back to her old voice, like halfway through the lyric, and then
yes, and
she's trying to match the rest of the lines, but the first one she's like, no, I'm going off.
An apple for serenity, a pendant for balance, beads of jade for beauty. You must proudly show it.
It's not quite as perfect as Ming-Na Wen, who is... We haven't talked about her as Mulan. Her voice work in this film, absolutely incredible. Truly, like, next level, playing, like, 3 different variations of Mulan. But when that transitions into Lea Salonga, truly seamless. Like, perfect. It is the way that dubbing should be done. And Lea Salonga's voice... Well, I think we should just talk about the next song, Reflection, which I think redefined an entire generation of songs and is banned forever in audition rooms because of how good it is and how singable it is.
Who is that girl I see staring straight back at me?
Lea Salonga sounds so young. Like, she has this, like, kind of young squeak to her voice. Like, there is not a single fault in any note throughout this entire song. And listening to it is one thing, but listening to it while you have the visuals to go alongside it, as Andrew brought up, like the room of mirrors and the end image when she just erases half of the makeup and you get like the real Mulan versus the fake Mulan. So much is going on in this scene.
It's so like not deep in but also it just is because the song is so good, you know?
Yeah.
Like they animate exactly what you imagine they would animate, and it still just comes off like, damn, nice.
You are still shocked. It's not it's not a complicated song. It's not covering complicated things, but I think something simple done perfectly is better than most things. Like, looking at the lyrics alone, it is a short song. Like, I think there's not even a bridge. It's just like a verse and a chorus, and then it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
all they needed, though.
Yeah.
You know, to make truly great art, sometimes all you need to do is the bare minimum. You know? If you do the bare minimum to perfection, you create something fantastic.
Though there's also the argument of writing too much and being too specific and it coming off try hard. And they got the perfect in between of it's simple, short, but it's specific enough to work within the context.
Like, I can't be a perfect bride or a perfect daughter, and I would break my family's heart. 3 big things that we know about Mulan. Everything else can be fairly general. This is because when we think of general songwriting, we think of Frank Wildhorn, where he just writes a love song that could be played on the top 40, and it has nothing to do with Jekyll and Hyde.
And then he's like, yeah, this is Jekyll's song.
Someone like you found someone like me. Then suddenly everything would ever be the same. That is about a prostitute singing about a guy she just met.
That's from Jekyll and Hyde?
Yes!
Oh, I didn't know that. I heard it in other content.
It is. Okay, did I tell you guys, all right, about the wedding I shot about a year ago, last December? The priest turns and is like, now a hymn from our pianist, just as they were getting like ready for the final kiss, and they sang Someone Like You from Jekyll and Hyde, and I'm like, that's not a fucking hymn.
Someone like you.
And it's just a guy at a piano. Someone like you.
Was this a Catholic wedding?
Yes.
What? That song is sung by a
I was
prostitute.
the only one laughing my ass off. And I'm just
no one
a
else knew where it was
photographer.
from.
I know, but I did. And you were
else thought it was
gaslighting
written in
us.
the Bible.
Remember when Frank Wildhorn wrote a song in the Bible?
Someone like God.
Speaking of God tier songs, let's talk about Make a Man Out of You.
Everyone loves I'll Make a Man Out of You. And you know why? Because
It's
it
perfect.
fucking slaps.
It rocks. It's so good.
Let's get down to business to defeat the Huns. Did they send me daughters when I asked for sons? You're the saddest bunch I ever met, but you can bet before we're through, Mister, I'll make a man out of you.
This is a song where I don't want to like it because everyone loves it, but I can't not like it because it's too fucking good.
I remember seeing we were doing Mulan, and I was checked the version, and I got so excited I got to watch the scene again. I'm just like, yes.
And it just gets better. It's like a song crescendo. Every moment as we build to the end, the crescendo of it, it is like everything that you want from like Rocky and all those things. I just wish it wasn't sung by Donny Osmond.
You know, he didn't do a bad job, though. Let's be real.
He did a good job.
But do you know who sang it in the Chinese dub?
Jackie Chan?
Yep.
Wait, what? Really?
Yeah, he even shot a music video of him singing it. I'm going to play it for you now. Honestly, I would have liked him to be the voice in America, too. Jackie Chan's well known enough.
Yeah.
I know he's a bit of an asshole and abandoned his children, but...
Yeah.
But he's Jackie Chan,
Chan.
Yeah. In 99, that was worth something. And the way it gets stylized, the way it builds up to like this red background, the way it tells the story with Mulan, finding how she fits into this man's world and being better with them with her brain. It's effective storytelling, beautiful songwriting, and great design work. Everything you want. Can you name a song in another Disney film that hits as hard as this? Don't you dare say the Yodel Lady song from Home on the Range.
I mean, it's just going to be villain songs.
Yeah.
I think this is kind of the closest thing to the villain song, because in Mulan, the villain is the situation she's in, less than any physical being.
Yeah.
Less than the Mongolians who all look like vampires.
They got jaundice.
Oh, the Huns. The Huns with the jaundice. It's the Huns, not the Mongolians.
I will say the portrayal of the Huns felt a little bit like, isn't this a real group of people that actually existed?
No, this is just this is a few bad apples, Andrew.
A few bad apples, and they all jaundice and they all look evil.
A little girl's missing her doll.
I mean, honestly though, he's kind of badass. Yeah. Every single time he enters a scene, it's like in the most badass way possible.
He has this fucking hawk on his shoulder.
Oh, he's so fucking cool.
It's sick.
Every entrance to every scene, he's in shadow or he's in smoke or something. It's like, how do you do that, man? Teach me.
And then we have the last song in the movie, and then there's no more real songs for the rest of the film, and that's A Girl Worth Fighting For, which I think is a cute number.
I'm a girl back home who's unlike any other.
Yeah, the only girl who'd love him is his mother.
When we come home in victory, to line up at the door.
What do we want?
A girl worth fighting for.
Wish that I had
a girl worth fighting for. A girl worth fighting.
I think it's very funny.
I think it's a fun number, and what I really like about it is that it just ends.
It just stops.
It just stops, and it's actually really interesting in that way. In that, like, it is this upbeat song, but because of the situation, they actually just have it stop, and
we can't sing anymore.
There's no real ending for that song.
Yeah, stuff got real. We gotta stop singing.
Shang Li's dad was murdered by the Hun leader.
Yeah.
Who wanted to give the little girl her doll.
Yeah, his dad and also like everyone else.
All the other soldiers.
Literally everyone.
Yeah.
Well, there is one more song.
Oh yes, there is.
There's the reprise?
No, you got True to Your Heart.
Oh, True to Your Heart. Yeah, the most important
The cricket
song.
I would say it's a credit song, but technically it starts during the movie.
It does.
Where you are, well, you can take both hands off the wheel and still get far. Be swept away, enjoy the ride. You won't get lost with your heart and guide. True to your heart, you must be true to your heart. That's when the heavens will part, and baby, shower you with my love. Open your eyes, your heart can
Now, Andrew, you love this music video. I need you to tell me at what point there's a specific moment you need us to highlight.
Oh, do you want me to talk about 3 minutes in?
Yes.
I didn't actually get to 3 minutes in.
This is my favorite part of the music video. Open your eyes, Stevie Wonder disappears.
Wait, where is Stevie Wonder go? Does he come back?
Yeah, he's just
there. He is. I think what's really great is that it's time to the open your eyes. You know,
no.
Like, bro, like you guys, do they know? Do they know?
He can't see.
He can't see.
He looks so happy to be disappearing into nothingness.
They're like, open your eyes, and he's like, bye.
I ain't gonna do that.
Can't do that.
Have you ever seen the video? I think it was like Lady Gaga waving at Stevie Wonder, and Stevie Wonder's wife nudges him. She's waving at you, and he's like, "Oh!" and he waves.
Dude, you know what my favorite conspiracy theory is? Is that Stevie Wonder can see.
He can see fine.
I don't believe it, like, at all. I think it's complete horseshit, but I love that there's people who are just so intent on, like, proving that Stevie Wonder can see.
I think there was, like, some interview they did where he's like, "Oh, you're vertical," and he is like, "Oh," and then he fixes it, and they're like, "He can see!
He can see!"
He can see!
Yeah, I don't know. Andrew, we've talked a lot about Mulan, but why don't we just rank all the Disney films right now?
Yeah, sure.
All 100 of them.
Oh, that's so many.
Can we just rank the ones we've talked about?
Or the ones we've seen?
We're gonna do all of them. We'll do all the ones we've seen. Snow White, where are we putting that?
B.
C. I'm putting in B.
B? I guess B.
Ichabod and Mr. Toad, that's A tier because of the Headless Horseman alone. Cinderella.
I've never seen it, so I can't rank it.
D.
Cinderella, C.
C. Alice in Wonderland, also C.
I put Alice in Wonderland in B.
You put it in B? I'm putting Peter Pan in C then.
Because the racism.
Yep. Lady and the Tramp, C for racism.
C.
Sleeping Beauty, we did cover this on our Disney Plus series. I think that's A.
I think Sleeping Beauty is pretty good, yeah.
Respect.
101 Dalmatians, C.
Yeah, valid.
C, for sure, C, yeah.
Sword in
Yeah,
the Stone, also. Actually, I'm putting that D. D.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Jungle Book, B. Pinocchio,
Okay.
B. Aristocats, we did cover that. I think
D.
that's
Maybe
D.
F, maybe F.
D.
I'm putting it D.
It's
We'll
D.
move it later.
Robin Hood is A.
Robin Hood is B. High B, though.
I'd say B as well. I actually might say C. I don't like Robin Hood.
Robin Hood has moments, but yeah. Winnie the
Robin Hood
Pooh,
defined my
Winnie the
childhood.
Pooh is A. Winnie the Pooh is A.
That's
hard
A,
A.
yeah.
The Rescuers, D.
A.
Well, it has nudity though.
It has the boobs in the back.
F.
Although it's yeah, it's
Yeah.
not wanted nudity though.
And they never got the permission of the girl, so definitely.
Yeah.
Oh,
F,
yeah, definitely F. Yeah.
All right. Then we're gonna do Fox and the Hound. C.
Never seen.
Never seen it.
Black Cauldron, D.
Never seen.
Never seen it.
Bad.
Never seen.
Great Mouse Detective, B.
I know there's a horny mouse. That's all I know.
Horny Mouse.
Never seen it.
Oliver and Company. We did a commentary of it. I have no memory of it.
Oliver and Company, I like, but it's not good. But I want to put it low B.
Low B, you got it.
Personally,
Little
but it
Mermaid.
probably belongs in C.
Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid's
A.
B.
Oh, okay.
A.
It's B.
B.
Wait, is there anything above A? Are we doing above A?
Is there S?
We have nothing. We've not put anything in S yet.
Are we putting anything there though?
I
Like,
think
is
we
that
could
an actual
put-
tier?
I think we can. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, whatever.
That's viable.
Little Mermaid can probably go A then.
Rescuers Down Under, B.
Definitely high.
Yeah.
Fantasia, I think that's S.
Fantasia's really good. Yeah.
That's very good. Yeah.
Beauty and the Beast, A.
I would maybe also put it S, but
I'd
yeah.
put it S personally.
Aladdin, A.
Low A for Aladdin.
Low A for
maybe?
Aladdin.
Lion King, also A. I'd put it right above Aladdin, honestly.
Yeah, above Aladdin.
Definitely above Aladdin.
Pocahontas, D.
No, too high. F.
F. Okay.
I think D. I think it's got enough
Okay.
good
I'll
stuff in
concede
it
with
that
D.
it doesn't go all the way down there.
Hunchback, I'm putting that in A, but low A.
Definitely low A.
for sure. I want to put Hercules in A as well. I like Hercules.
I would like to
A.
put Hercules in A.
Mulan, honestly, S for me.
S tier.
Mulan's really good.
It's
At least high
fantastic.
A, if not S.
I'm putting it in S. Fantasia 2000, C.
That's fine.
Nothing for Tarzan.
We ignore Tarzan.
B.
Tarzan's B.
Tarzan's
B,
very
high,
mid. Yeah.
High B.
Yes. Dinosaur,
Dinosaur,
D for
D.
dinosaur.
Dumbo is C.
C,
Yeah.
but high C, because it's like
I've watched
40
since I was a
minutes.
child, I
Dumbo
have
is
no
40 minutes long.
That helps.
Emperor's New Groove, A, high A.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Atlantis, B,
B.
low B. Treasure Planet, high B.
Treasure Planet, maybe A. Might
Yeah, I'd
belong.
say A
You
for
know
Treasure
what?
Planet.
I'd
It actually
argue
kind
A.
of holds up. Also, you
Lilo and
skipped
Stitch.
Lilo.
It's got the annoying robot though.
Yeah, there's
Lilo
a
and Stitch is
very
A.
boring lull in the middle of it. Lilo and Stitch I'd put right under Emperor's New Groove at A.
Yeah.
Brother Bear,
B.
D.
D.
D? I'd
Yeah.
say C.
I
B
haven't
or
seen
C?
Home on the Range, but you two have, so.
Home on the Range, honestly. B,
Home on
low
the Range.
B.
High C.
All right, above
I
Dumbo.
think that seems fine with me.
Chicken
Chicken
Little,
Little's F.
horrendous.
F.
Meet
terrible.
the Robinsons. I'm actually a defender. I'm gonna put this in high C.
I think it could go B.
I think
I
you
think
can
it goes
go
above
low
Home on the
Okay.
Range.
Yeah.
I think it's better than Home on the Range by a lot.
I can't agree. Bolt, D.
Didn't see.
Bolt is bad.
Bolt, boring, sucks.
Yeah.
Princess and the Frog, low B.
A. I'd say A.
A-B territory. Bambi, boring as sin, but pretty, so it's low B.
Yeah, I have not seen it all the way through, so I can't say.
haven't seen it in years.
Tangled, you're a big fan, Andrew. A?
I'm a fan of Tangled.
I
I'm
love
gonna say A. I think it goes in A. I don't know where in A, but definitely in A. I don't think
higher
S.
A.
Yeah.
I don't think S. I don't think it belongs in S.
Wreck-It Ralph, low C. High C, high C.
No, Wreck-It Ralph's a B at least. I like
B.
Wreck-It Ralph.
Okay, okay.
Not
All right.
Wreck-It Ralph 2. Wreck-It Ralph 2 is
is garbage.
in F tier.
Yeah, that is Miranda sings in it, so.
Yeah, let's just put that right there at F tier.
Yeah.
Winnie the Pooh, the 2015 one, I actually think this
Yes.
is cute. I think it's going
I've
in
not
A.
seen.
I haven't
It's really
seen
good.
it. I was too old.
If it's
It's
Winnie
really
the Pooh,
cute.
I can see it.
Frozen, the original Frozen.
It's fine.
B? Somewhere in B?
Yeah.
Big Hero 6, I'm a defender. I'm going to put that in A.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, I could see A. Maybe B.
You know what? I'll put it at the top of B.
Yeah.
Moana, I think that's A. I think Moana's great.
Moana's A.
Moana's
really
A,
good.
definitely Moana's A.
Frozen 2, D for me, honestly. I really hated Frozen 2.
I'm generous and I'd give it a C.
Low C. Zootopia, I actually think that's an A.
I think it's.
Yeah, Zootopia's really good. I've
Zootopia's
seen it
really
a
good,
lot.
even if the metaphor kind of gets a little shaky.
Ryan the Last Dragon, I'm a defender. I think that's B.
I've never seen it, so I can't.
I
can't
skipped
tell
it.
you. I'm not allowed
I
to.
heard that it's a Avatar the Last Airbender ripoff, but I would never say that myself. Cut that.
I hate it. I hate it.
And Encanto, I'd also put that in S. I think that movie's great.
I'd say more high A, but
I don't think
I
I've seen
agree
it
it's-
enough to put it in
I
S.
agree it's really
Okay.
good.
And then we've got like Strange World, which I didn't see. Saludos Amigos, The Three Caballeros.
I've not seen any of these.
I might have seen Fun and Fancy Free, but I was a tiny child, so I can't.
I've
rate
seen
it,
them both.
so.
They're both kind of mid. They're B's. Make My
Yeah.
Music 2 is B, and Melody Time is B. Actually, I'd put Melody Time as C. All right, that's our ranking. Liz, here it is. I'm gonna send this to you, and we'll post this on Twitter one day.
Wow, I
Why are you
can't
sending
believe
it to
that
me? I don't have the
done
login
this.
for Twitter.
We did it, kids.
we ranked all the Disney movies in a really fast and slap happy fashion.
I mean, our
don't
last
know what the fuck-
Patreon video was literally me and just doing teen movie rankings. So
Yeah, exactly. I think
That-
people
that is the most half-assed Disney ranking you'll ever see in your life.
yeah.
There's no way that I'll look back at that and agree.
So I'll not accept the Robin Hood slander you two threw out. It is a perfect movie.
I was positive towards Robin
I
Hood.
know.
I think Robin Hood is boring.
It is,
And
but
that's
it's also like
it's the reused animation era of Disney, which
Yeah.
is like the worst era.
I have very, very tight. I have a very, very nostalgic relationship with that movie. So
I like Mulan a lot. But what is our overall thoughts on Mulan and our cheese ratings? Andrew, why don't you go first?
Mulan, a very good movie that you should watch, but you've already seen it. What am I going to convince you to watch Mulan? You've already fucking watched it. As far as a cheese rating, I'm going to give it a delicious cheeseburger from McDonald's covered in that delicious Mulan Szechuan sauce. It's so good. I love the Szechuan sauce. I've turned myself into Szechuan sauce, Morty.
Rookie, I'm a pickle.
No, I'm not going to give it a real cheese rating. That's my actual cheese rating. Fuck you.
Juliet, note that his cheese rating is fuck you.
Yeah, it's literally fuck you.
No, it's not. It's a cheeseburger from McDonald's covered in McDonald's Mulan Szechuan sauce.
No one does that on a McDonald's cheeseburger. I love Mulan. I grew up kind of a tomboy, so it was nice as a kid to see like a Disney princess that was also had some like tomboy.
Not a princess, not royalty.
She's
royalty.
Technically in the Disney princess canon.
Yeah, but
if
she's
you look
not
at
a princess.
The marketing, okay? I don't care about the technicalities. You know what I'm saying? It's nice to see like a main character that had like tomboyish traits and was seen as positively and not mocked for it. And the movie's badass, and the songs are fucking awesome. So I love Mulan. I've loved it since I was a tiny child, and I still love it now. I'm gonna give it Ruchan cheese, which is apparently a fried cheese snack you can get in China. It looks pretty good. So, because I looked up a cheese, unlike Andrew.
All right, I liked, and actually, no, fuck it. I love Mulan. It's probably my favorite Disney animated film. The more I think about it, the more I think there's just zero faults in it. As far as just a piece of entertainment. Yeah, culturally it's got issues. Yeah, it's probably a lot of my nostalgia talking, but truly I think it's great. Zero faults in it, and I just think in my adulthood this is the one I come back to the most and hum the most and re-listening to the soundtrack the most. All bangers, zero skips. I am giving this Mulan's breakfast rice porridge with a little bit of cheese on top, which someone made for some reason. There's this girl that makes princess breakfasts, and this is hers, and I like it. So I'm just gonna put a little shredded cheese on top of that.
That looks cute as fuck.
I don't know how well bacon and eggs would taste on top of, porridge, but
yeah.
Maybe if Mushu feeds it to me.
Thank you guys for listening. Please follow us on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher at Musicals with Cheese. We're on Twitter at Cheesy Musicals, Patreon Musicals with Cheese, Instagram Musicals with Cheese, YouTube page Musicals with Cheese. Liz is gonna put some new things up there soon. Got a Christmas thing and we got another thing before that. Pretty cool.
Yeah, that other thing before that should be done soon.
Yes.
Hopefully. So.
I want Andrew's eyes on that because I think he'll be happy with that too.
I can send it over.
Email us at musicaltheaterlives@gmail.com to tell us how wrong we are about Mulan or whatever the fuck else. Our keeper of the cheese is Juliet Antonio. Here's some ASMR for you, Juliet. True to your heart. Gotta be true to your heart. Thank you to the Broadway Podcast Network for having us on the platform.
Hands apart, and then we'll shower you with my love.
Open your eyes. And he disappears. The smile on his face as he disappears, as if
he's
nothing.
just a blank JPEG.
We'll see you next time on Musicals with Cheese. Let's get down to business to defeat the Huns. Did they send me daughters when I asked for sons? You're the saddest bunch I've ever met, and you can bet before you're through, Mister, I'll make a man out of you.